A killer YouTube intro is the key to a successful video. In this video, I'm going to be roasting a fellow YouTuber and showing how he can go from good to great simply by changing up his introduction, and I'll walk you through that. So, let's get it. Alrighty, let's jump in here to Rad Reach's channel, and I'm not sure how to say his first name, so we'll just call him Rad. This is a person I found from X asking for YouTube consulting help. So, that's what I'm going to do. I noticed coming on here he has 14,000 subscribers, but his views for this last year or so of videos has barely broken 1,000 views, which is wild. So something's going on, something's weird. Videos aren't hitting his audience, his subscribers. People aren't clicking, people aren't doing all the watch time. I scrolled back to see, how long he's been doing this, doing it for years. That's awesome. That means he loves it. He has passion for it. He wants to help people. And I can see that his styling has changed some. Maybe his content has changed, his topics, done like some Notion tutorials, more productivity stuff, how to get more things done in Notion, emails. So it seems like his topics have been, within the vicinity of productivity and systems and stuff like that. But as you even see in the last few videos, you can see topics are like a little bit all over the place. Like he's talking about Wall Street, 45 life lessons of money at age 45, happiness, career, crypto, happiness, Wall Street, surfing, polyamory, generational wealth. So it seems like he's focusing in on people who have long careers, who want to switch from long careers. And I got some of this from his website as well. As you can see, post on careers, and he actually has group coaching, which I found out from the video, escaping the rat race and doing something else. So that's really his focus. And I'm setting this up because with the bouncing around on different topics, we need to focus the channel in on specific things. We need to have a niche. And I'm not saying you only have to talk about one thing about money solely, but it is helpful to have, your titles and your thumbnails be specifically for a niche, which his niche seems like people who are in careers that want to escape the 9-to-5 and to do something else with their life. And so that brings us to today's video, which is this one. He left Wall Street to buy a boring business. Was it worth it? Hedge funds are brutal. And so what I would say off the bat is that it looks nice. The channel looks nice. The titles, the thumbnails, they look nice. I think we can make it better though. He left Wall Street to buy a boring business. Was it worth it? Does this make me want to click? Not really. It seems kind of boring. Maybe for his audience, it's fine. But as you can see, 1.1k views. It's doing 1 view per hour, 2.1 times the normal, that's really good. So that's a good positive. But we want to see why his views are so low compared to a subscriber count. And I'll tell you, there's a glaring problem. I'm going to dive into the video and then we can come back to the title and thumbnail in just a second.
Making millions as a hedge fund manager on Wall Street is a grind. You wake up at the crack of dawn only to be tethered to your Bloomberg terminal, watching and praying that the Fed doesn't surprise you with a rate increase. Then when it's time to come home and see your family, you're a terrible parent because all you can think about is what your P&L is doing. Ben Jasper did this for 20 years at some of the world's largest hedge funds.
Okay, so this is a podcast episode, 48 minutes long. And so, since he doesn't have millions of subscribers like Chris Williamson has over here, Chris Williamson.
Nice to see you again. I really enjoyed our first conversation. We talked about dads, the importance of fatherhood. Today, your most recent book, Why We Love.
He literally just jumped straight into the podcast. Rad Reads is trying to set it up for the podcast. And so, without millions of views, I would say it's a little bit hard to do this, but Chris makes a great point. And here, first 5 seconds, he's already jumping into the context, setting up the watcher, and asking the first question to his guest. So he's jumping right into it immediately. That's a huge win. With Rad, he's setting up his podcast, which is a good thing to do, but I would say that this is boring. The way he's doing it is boring. And I also don't think it's for his type of audience. So I would say your first 5 seconds is where you're going to do a couple things. One thing is you're going to validate what the user clicked on. So your thumbnail and your title should be validated within the first 5 seconds of your video. So they know it's not clickbait, right? And then The first 5 seconds is supposed to capture them to want to know more. So then you have your first 15 seconds of your introduction, which are super important. You need to do a few things during this. You need to hook them, which, thumbnail, title, first 5 seconds. And then you need to provide context to what you're talking about and create curiosity for your watcher. And even though he uses big terms, strong language, millions of dollars, bunch of time on Wall Street, become a bad parent, like that stuff is good, but I would say you need to have a little bit more of a hook and just go straight into it. Say, this is Ben. He made $200 million on Wall Street, but he became depressed, he left his job, and he did it to build a boring business. In this video, you're gonna learn, and then we jump into this right here. About minute 32, he says, he has these 4 points, which is great. You only need 5% down, steep learning curve, high paying job, compound wealth. That's what you're gonna get out of this video. I would push that all the way to close to the front. Right here it's 130, I would push it closer to the front. I would put stronger language into this, the way that you do the first sentence. Put stronger language in there. I'm not gonna break that down further. Or you could bring a little bit more curiosity into these. So completely blur them out and say, these are the 4 things that you need, or that Ben has learned in his 20 years that has made him $100 million, but has actually found happiness. So let's take another step back. The point of me sharing you the context of his channel, who his audience is, who I assume his audience is by the language that he uses on his website, and some of the language he uses in this interview, which I didn't watch all of it, but I scrolled through some of it. He's trying to find people that are in careers that have made good money, that are unhappy with their lives, and they need something else that's next. Rad Reads is here to take you through that experience. Now, with this introduction, it's kind of boring, but it does tell you what the video is going to be about. In order to bring it to that next level from good to great, we need to do a few things, which one is we need to change the title. So instead of saying he left Wall Street to buy a boring business, was it worth it? Let's say I wrote a few ideas down, from millions to depression to freedom, how he did it. Something like that would be one. Another one would be Wall Street millionaire, left it all behind for this. Another one would be money doesn't buy happiness, from millions to depression and back. Something like that. You could even do something like, he made $200 million on Wall Street, but didn't find happiness until this. Something like that. Create curiosity, create a bigger gain for viewers, like 200 million, 300, 400 million, how much money he made. It doesn't have to be an exact number, but that is a good thing to put in there. But put the stakes up higher. Like, this is how he did this. This is how wealthy he was, but it never made him happy. And so he did something else, which is making him happy. And that's the promise you're selling to the watcher. You're selling them a new way to be happy in their careers. Not their old careers, their new careers that you're going to help them find. So go back to what the crux, the foundation of your channel is, so you can build off of that. And then you can format your content around that. So for this video, I like the Wall Street millionaire left it all behind for this. And then we'll do a little cover exchange here in a second. But I wanted to go through another example of how you can capture the watcher instantly. So this is Jay. He's a creator, educator. Let's watch this intro real quick.
I don't ask if it'll go viral. I can figure out how to make it viral.
That is an absurd thing to say.
That is 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Immediately, he validates the title and the thumbnail. He figures out how to make things go viral by shorts. That's what the title is basically saying. And they're laughing. They're happy. That's the face. That's the face. Like, what you're seeing on there is like the promise of the video. These people are happy. It's going to be fun. It's going to tell you how you can solve your YouTube Shorts problem. Cool. So
Jenny Poyo.
that's the first 6-7 seconds. Perfect.
an 18-year-old YouTuber who is absolutely crushing shorts. She's done over 600 million views in the past year alone, averaging 10 million views per video. How does she do it?
I have analyzed thousands of shorts. I've analyzed all of Mr. Beast's shorts, all of Ryan Trahan's shorts, and what I found was...
In this episode, you'll learn how to make anything go viral.
I think you can make a video about anything. It's just adding
How to create the
Alright, we really don't need to watch further. This introduction is like a minute long, which is perfect. It doesn't really have to have a set time limit, but he does all the things like to a T that are perfect for YouTube. And that's the key here. It's perfect for YouTube. You were trying to capture that audience in that first 5 seconds, and he does that. Like, look at this. It's the girl's
I don't ask
face,
if it'll go viral.
and it says, I don't ask if I'll go viral. You have text, you have motion, you have context being set up, you're validating your promise by the title in the thumbnail is the promise to the user what they're going to be watching. So he's doing that text. Stuff is flying. It's fast paced. It's moving. It's drawing you in, right? And so he just keep going.
learn how to make any
And then he goes into those 4 steps, kind of like Rad does. It says, today you'll learn how to make anything go viral. And then he cuts it with a clip of her saying something and cuts her off before she gets to the point. And so you're building that curiosity, and that's going to make the user going to stay and watch your stuff. So you can do the same exact thing with Rad. And so by doing these few things, you'll completely transform your video. The podcast from Rad, you can keep it the same. Maybe add some more text in there, but you can keep it the same as long as you change that first, of course, the first 5 seconds, then the 15 seconds, and then the whole introduction you can change, and it will completely transform your channel. I promise you. And so another good example to look at is Cody's. Now it talks about boring businesses, which is, I think, what Rad Reads is kind of leaning into with this. But notice in hers, even though she's known for boring businesses, she doesn't even have it in any of her titles. She has great thumbnails. Her content's really good, and I suggest going to watch this shipping containers thing. We can watch the first few seconds of it because it's awesome.
Imagine buying a shipping container for $3,500 and selling it 3 weeks later for $35,000.
That right there, 6 seconds. She comes in there, you see her face. She's moving. Good music. It's not draining out her sound or her voice. You see shipping container, which is exactly what the title and the cover are telling you, that they are an amazing business to get into. And she's showing you that by saying, he bought it for $5,000, now he's selling it for $35,000 in a week. Like, that's absolutely insane. The business. But the visuals here are perfect. It's capturing you, it's moving fast, and now you're hooked into the story that she is going to tell. And I honestly, you don't even have to watch the rest of the intro because you're already bought into it in the first 5 seconds. That's exactly what you can do, Rad, for your channel. So you can do that. And so to recap for this, you say, this is Ben. He made over $300 million grinding on Wall Street day in and day out. But he became depressed, his family life was corrupted, and he had to do something about it. In this video, I'm going to show you, we're going to talk to Ben and share how he overcame depression and found happiness in buying a boring business. You know, something like that. And jump right into it. I don't even know how long that was, 15 seconds. So good, boom. I would also say move your pitch about your coaching to somewhere halfway in between. Don't pitch too early because it's kind of weird. Yeah, don't pitch too early. That's all I'd say. It might kill your views doing that. So that's it. And then we go to the title, Wall Street Millionaire, left it all behind for this. This is going to attract your correct viewer. Someone who is in Wall Street, who's made a lot of money, but is wanting to leave it behind, but doesn't know where to go. Wants a different career, but doesn't know where to go. They'll see this. This guy left it behind. This guy left it behind millions of dollars. This guy did it, and now he's happy. Like, I want to do that same thing. Click. Let's watch it. You know? So there's that. Let's go back to the cover here. Hedge funds are brutal. Now, that's cool, but why should I find that interesting? If I'm someone in Wall Street, why do I find that interesting? If I'm someone who's done career for 20 years, like, hedge funds are brutal. It's like, okay, he might be talking about hedge funds, like, cool. But maybe even going into something like, maybe you could even lean into rich but unhappy. That could be your thing. You're sad, you can say rich or millionaire but unhappy right next to it. Like that would be a good thing to do. Or you can put, if you have exact number, 300 million but unhappy. Something like that. Something that says money draws people's attention. Happiness is kind of something you focus on your channel, so you can focus more on that. There would need to be a little bit more ideation on that, but I think that's about it. Now, if you want to roast, check the description and shoot me a message. I'll do one for free maybe. But so yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Give me a subscribe, and I'll see you later.